Hey everybody, Kareem here, doing another one of these videos here for supplemental learning at SOTA, and today I'm going to be talking about how to construct melodic phrases when you're improvising. So this is a tool you can use to build ideas if you don't really know where to start or how to start. So basically, when we talk about musical or phrases in regards to improvising or songs, think of it like a musical sentence. So it could be like if it's a song that has lyrics, something like happy birthday, like happy birthday to you, be the first phrase. Happy birthday to you, be the second phrase. Happy birthday, dear Paul Elliott, happy birthday to you, fourth phrase. So basically it's a complete musical thought. And if it's a song that has lyrics, it's easy to figure out where the phrases are because it's where the sentence would stop. But think of it if it's a song that maybe doesn't have lyrics, maybe something that's instrumental, like for example, da 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 da. So the first phrase would be da 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 da. Pause. Next phrase da 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 da. Next phrase da 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 da. So two short phrases, for example, and then followed by a longer phrase. So in a nutshell, that's at least the way I think about it. Constructing phrases. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with just a simple 12-bar blues in F. You can find a play-along track for this on YouTube. If you just type in F blues play-along, this will work along with that beautifully. If not, you can also email me and I can send you a WAV file to practice if you want to do this at home, if you're capable. And so what I'm going to start with is typical phrases that we can work with are 1-bar phrases, 2-bar phrases, and 4-bar phrases. Now, if you're not good at coming up with your own, maybe this is brand new, you can actually just write one down. So what I'm going to do here, actually I have some examples written out to kind of show you how this works, where it says number 1 here. What I have is I have 4 eighth notes, 4 swung eighth notes, and it goes for 12 bars, so basically all the way down to here is where it's going to stop. So that's one chorus of F blues. And how this works, there's 2 parts to this. You use, the first part is same rhythms, same note, and the second part is same rhythms, different notes. Now for the purposes of this example here, I'm just going to use notes of the blues scale, but you can use notes of any type of scale you want, or chord tones, or however you want to approach doing this. But for right now, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use the minor blues scale here. So I'm going to play the chords in my left hand of the 12-bar blues in F, and then I'll improvise using the same notes, same note and same rhythm here, so you can hear it. So it'll sound like this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn that up. Let me do this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 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 3, 4. Now again, how do I know what note to select? Well, I'm in the key of F and I'm using my F blues scale. That's the very first note of the scale, so it should work just fine. So, and again, part of that is I'm playing the exact same rhythm and the exact same note every single time. So that's the first part of this exercise. The second part of this exercise now is I'm going to take the exact same rhythm, but now I use different notes. So now I can use any notes, since I'm deciding to use the blues scale, it can be any note within that spectrum. So any one of these notes is fine, but I'm going to use that same rhythm that I just played. So here's what that would sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, all I did, to review really quickly here, is the first pass through on my F blues here, 1-bar phrase. As you can see, my idea starts and ends within the span of 1 measure, and I play that every single measure. So, the first pass through was the exact same rhythm and the exact same note. Second pass through, it was the exact same rhythm, and then I used different notes. So that's basically all there is to this thing here, is the first part is same rhythm, same note. The second part is same rhythm, different notes. Now, I want to move on here to where it says number 2 here. basically I'm stretching on now. I'm basically taking my 1-bar phrase and I'm adding on to that 1-bar sentence to make it a 2-bar phrase. So now my idea is going to span the length of 2 measures. So if we look here, I have my original idea and I've just added on a little bit so that it covers 2 notes. And it doesn't have to be super complex. As you can see in the second measure here, I'm just using a whole note. That's totally fine. But I'm making it sound like a connected musical sentence. What you want to be careful of here is if you play an idea here and then put like multiple rests here and then start another idea, it'll sound like 2 disconnected 1-bar sentences. So if the goal here is to make it sound like a 2-bar phrase, we want to make that the rhythms at least sound connected, like it's part of the same sentence. So that's what I've done here. So in the first one where I just had this here, 1 and 2 and, now I've added on to it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So now that I have my 2-bar sentence constructed here, I'm going to go ahead and run this through the 2 steps. So same rhythm, same note, same rhythm, different note. So let's try that out. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was my 2-bar phrase, same rhythm, same note. Now I'm going to do that exact same rhythm, but I'm going to plug in different notes of the blues scale. Let's give it a shot here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So that's the two steps, and that's on my 2-bar phrase now. And so again, if you're still kind of unsure about what's going on here, all I've taken is my 1-bar phrase, all right, and then I've just added on to it here and made it into a 2-bar phrase. And as you can see, using that whole note, it doesn't have to be a lot of stuff. We're basically just having an idea that fills the span of 2 measures. And when I say fills, that doesn't mean you have to fill up the whole thing with notes. It can be, you know, I could have just played, you know, 1 quarter note here and had it all be rests, and as long as I play nothing else for that space, it still counts as a 2-bar phrase. So don't feel like you have to, you know, reinvent the wheel here or anything. So now I'm going to take it a step further, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to add on to this idea here at my 2-bar phrase, and then I'm going to add on to it and make it into a 4-bar phrase. So again, the progression here is I started with my 1-bar phrase, added on to it to make it into a 2-bar phrase, and now I'm going to add on to it further and make it into a 3-bar phrase. So my idea, or excuse me, not 3-bar, I'm speaking, 4-bar phrase. And so this is going to span the length of 4 bars, this idea here. So, and again, you can always, I'm holding this here for quite some time, but you can take a screenshot of this if you want to write these down or, you know, do this on your own. So here's my 4-bar phrase, what that sounds like in time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to run this through the paces now, where I'm going to do the same rhythm, same note, and then we'll do the one with the different notes, the second part. So here's the first part. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was same rhythm, same note. Now the second part, I'll do same rhythm, different notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, All right, so that was the 4-bar phrase, same rhythm, different notes. So what I would recommend when you're practicing this, and let me show it one more time here so you can see. So I started with my 1-bar idea. And again, to ensure you're doing this correctly, if you haven't done this before, what I would start with is make sure that your idea starts and ends within the allotted beats. So for example, 1-bar phrase, you have 4 beats. Your idea needs to start and end within 4 beats. So then when we go to a 2-bar phrase, remember your idea has to start and conclude within the span of 2 measures. So you don't want it to overlap, otherwise it gets outside of the measures that you're trying to do. And then for 4 bars, you've got 4 measures in which to have your idea. But you want to make sure, again, another thing too along with that is you want to make sure it sounds like a completed sentence. So for example, if I played da 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 da, right, that would sound like it sounds like 2 1-bar phrases. So if I want it to sound like a 2-bar phrase, I have to connect that. Da 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 da, something like that. So you can hear it in time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. So it sounds like a completed sentence. So yeah, so what I would recommend if it's brand new to you and you haven't done this before, actually just jot down a simple 1-bar phrase and then work that through just using the blues scale. And then again, same note, same rhythm, same note. And then the second part, same rhythm, different note. And then see if you can add on to it, make it a 2-bar phrase, and add on to it, make it a 4-bar phrase, just for the sake of doing it. If you're having trouble with that, it's totally fine to just start off with a 4-bar phrase or a 2-bar phrase or whatever. But sometimes people seem to have, in my experience, better luck using a 1-bar phrase. So, and also too, you can take melodies, existing melodies that you already know, and kind of analyze them and see what they are. So for example, if I take a song, there's an easy one, Duke Ellington's C Jam Blues. If I look at that, this is the song in its entirety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. It goes here. Here. So basically it's the same 4 sections, same 4 bars repeated every single time, but if I break down how the phrases are constructed, it's 2, 3, 4. You can almost look at like 3 separate 1-bar phrases. 2, 3, 4. So each one of those things, you could look like it's each individual, like 3 1-bar phrases repeated 4 times. And a lot of 12-bar blues do that, which is, it's kind of nice to use those as examples because you can kind of see, oh, I can just take that rhythm and use that rhythm to jump off. Like if I did, if I take that same example now and move it back to the blues in F, well, I'll take any one of those rhythms that I just played. So I'll do the first one and make it a 1-bar phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the goal here too is also to play with really good time. We want to make the time as clean as possible because we could play all of the right notes, but if we play with poor time, it's going to sound wrong. And conversely, we could play all of the wrong notes, but if we play it with good time and resolve it, we can make it sound good. So time is the most important thing we're going for here. So now I'm going to take that same first measure of C Jam Blues, and now I'm going to take the same rhythm and use different notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, too, right now I'm just using for this example blues scale, just the minor blues scale, but you can do this with any type of notes that you want. If you want to use the scales, regular scales, that's fine. If you want to use chords, that's fine too. If you want to use anything that'll work as long as you apply the concepts. And the deal here is, again, the first part is same rhythm, same note, and the second part is same rhythm, different notes. And again, that's using 1 and 2 and 4 bar phrases. So let me do one more for you here. If we take a look at, let's take a look at this tune by Sonny Rollins. It's called Sunny Moon for Two. I believe we're working this in the jazz improv class here. So if I look at that melody, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's that same phrase again repeated 3 times because it's a 12-bar blues. So it's 3, 4, 1. You can almost look at the like 2 phrases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and. First phrase. Second phrase. So I could take that first part, same rhythm, same note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, let me try that one more time. Well, I'm going to do it every 2 bars. 1, because it's a 2-bar phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to use different notes of the blues scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all there is to it. If you guys have questions about this, feel free to give me an email. I'm happy to go over it further, but that's it in a nutshell. So hopefully that makes sense, and that will help you practice in and give you a better understanding of phrasing and how to develop your own. All right, see you later.